Hello, welcome 6th hour. We're going to try something a little bit different, so hopefully it works out. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, we can figure out something else. So here you go. Make sure you have your chapter 3 note sheets out, okay? We were able to get through the definition of reciprocal. Reciprocal is where you flip your fraction so that when you multiply it out, it equals 1, okay? That will be important for probably a quiz later. So flip to, we've gone through this already, flip through to the second page on the back where it says dividing fractions is so much easier than what you just did, okay? We are going to do the keep, change, flip method. So I'm going to zoom into problem 4. Keep, change, and flip. So the first thing we need to remember is that we are keeping that first fraction. So 6 over 10, we're going to keep 6 over 10. I would write that down. Okay, then we are going to change our division symbol. Now, we need to remember, what is the opposite of division? The opposite of division is multiplication. So we're going to change it to a multiplication symbol. Next, we need to flip that second fraction. So if I were to flip that second fraction, which is 2 over 5, it's going to become 5 over 2. Awesome. Now, we know how to multiply fractions. That's not difficult because we just multiply the top and we multiply the bottom. We can split up this multiplication symbol into one on top and one on the bottom. Okay. 6 times 5, that's 30. 10 times 2 is 20. Now, there are a few different ways that we can simplify this. The way that I am going to choose to simplify this is look and see. There's a 0 on top and there's a 0 on bottom. If we have a 0 on top and a 0 on bottom, I can cancel out my zeros. That's the same thing as dividing by 10. Right? So if I cancel out my zeros or I divided by 10, then I get 3 over 2. We're not going to worry about switching to mixed numbers. We're just going to keep them in improper fractions, okay? So I'm going to write keep as improper fractions. Okay, for this next one, I'm going to write down again, keep, change, flip. Okay, we are going to keep our 3 over 8. We are going to change our division sign to a multiplication sign. And we are going to flip the 1 over 3 to be 3 over 1. Okay. Again, I can split up my multiplication symbol. I can have a multiplication symbol on top and one on the bottom. 3 times 3 is 9. 8 times 1 is 8. Now, I can't simplify that any further down, right? 9 can only be divided by 1 and 9 and 3. Okay? 8 can only be divided by 1, 8, 2, and 4. So I can't simplify that one. This is as far down as I'm going to get. Okay. Let's go to number 6 now. Keep. And I'm going to encourage you to put your KCF down so you remember to keep, to change, and to flip. So we're going to keep our 5 over 9. We are going to change our division to multiplication, and we are going to flip to 3 over 2. 5 times 3 is 15. 9 times 2 is 18. Okay, this one I don't know off the top of my head. And if you don't know it off the top of your head, then you can go to your multiplication chart, and you can say, okay, I'm looking for 18. I see an 18 right here. I see an 18 right here. That's all on this side. So now I get to start looking for 15s. Do I see a 15 in this row? Nope. Okay, do I see a 15 in this row? Nope. So we can't do that, 18. Okay, what about, do I see a 15 in this row? Wait, I do, right there. So what can I divide it by? 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 18 divided by 3 is 6. And there's your answer. And the last one is a little bit harder. But honestly, we got it. Okay, keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep my 10 over 17. I'm going to change my division to multiplication. And I am going to flip my 2 over 5 to 5 over 2. Okay, 10 times 5 is 50. 17 times 2 is, I think, 34. But let me get out my calculator just to be sure. 34, I was right. Okay, now, the easiest thing to remember with these are both of these numbers are even numbers. And when we have even numbers, we can divide the top and the bottom by 2. Okay, 50 divided by 2 is going to be 25. 34 divided by 2 is 17. And that's as far as I need to get. That's all. Okay? These are the end of the chapter 3.1 and 3.2 notes. So once you're done with this, you are going to go on and do the class work that goes along with it. That shouldn't be that difficult. Just remember to simplify. Okay? I'll give you a hint if you made it this far. The first question on the worksheet is the example that I used for the dividing fractions chart on the front, in the front of the class. So you can copy that one down. Okay. Let me know when you finish this. Have a wonderful rest.